A lot of coaches think they just need a simple website, something that looks nice, has a few pages, and that's it. But once you start actually working with clients, you realize you need a lot more than that. You need something that handles booking, payments, landing pages, email signups, and somewhere for your content to live. And suddenly, your simple website just isn't quite enough. I'm Adrienne from Substack Coach, and I work with coaches, creators, and service-based businesses, helping them set up their Substack publication. And over time, that work has naturally expanded into building websites, hosting, integrations, and all the pieces that actually make things run smoothly for this kind of business. So your website should not be just sitting there like a brochure online. It shouldn't just be about me, a few blog posts, and a contact page. Your website should actually help you run your business. Some common problems that I've come across, both in my own experience starting my Substack Coach business 4 years ago and while working with other coaches as clients, includes things like, my website is just sitting there and I have no idea if anyone sees it. People have to email me to book calls and I have to keep track of all the time zones. This caused me a lot of headache in my early days as Substack Coach. I want to sell something, but I don't know how to set it up. I have Substack, but I still need a website for my business and I don't know how to make the two work together. Or my website is just too complicated for me to handle and it takes me hours to make a simple change. It ends up feeling very frustrating to try to manage a simple website. I'm fortunate to have an in-house tech person, also known as a husband, who's helped me to set up a website that flows smoothly for me and for my potential clients. So what should your website actually be able to do for you? First of all, it needs to handle your booking and communication with your client. You should be able to just send someone to your site and they can reach out via a contact form if they have any questions or book a call immediately, perhaps a meet and greet. I use Calendly, which handles all the time zones and rebookings if a client needs to rebook. And then I use Zoom or Google Meet to actually run my calls, integrated so that the client is automatically sent the link and I don't have to remember to do so. There's no back and forth emails, there's no friction. This is one of the simplest but most important pieces in a coaching business. Secondly, you want your website to handle your payments and your offers. You should be able to sell a workshop, offer a service, share a paid resource, anything that you want your client to pay for and don't have to manually follow up with. I use Stripe, a low-fee payment service. They take less than 3%. I can create simple payment links and buttons directly on my pages. It's not a complicated system, it's just something that works well for me with automatic deposits to my bank account on a schedule. Third, you want your website, your content, and your email newsletters to all work together, and this is where your website and Substack go really well together. Your website doesn't replace your Substack, and your Substack doesn't replace your website. Instead, your website becomes your business hub, and your Substack becomes your content hub, blogs, maybe videos, podcasts, and email. You can make the branding between the two match. We can embed sign-up forms from your Substack into your website, and we can connect everything as much as possible back and forth, letting each tool do what it does best. Finally, you might also want to add new pages and content assets. You can create landing pages, workshops with PDF guides and worksheets, also create pages where people can go to download things, and you can create lead magnets without starting from scratch every time or breaking your design. I use a simple WordPress block editor called Spectra to design my pages with. It's intuitive and easy to use for someone who's not a web designer. The extras that people often don't think about include things like seeing who actually visits your site, which pages are working to convert clients, simple contact forms that email you contact information automatically, and being able to host files or downloadable resources. These are the things that make it feel like a working system and not just a brochure website. So let's take a look at what this actually looks like. So this is my homepage for Substack Coach, and it's really simple and straightforward. People have the ability to schedule a call right away. There's my Substack embed for people to type in their email and get my free PDF, as well as be signed up for my Substack. I also, on the homepage right away, have options for them to work with me. They can book a discovery call, and they can also purchase a couple things right off the bat. If someone purchases this one, it takes them to a Stripe checkout, which is quickly embedded in there. And once they have paid for this, it automatically brings them to my Calendly, where they can pick a date and time for their first call with me. So that is a really smooth process where I don't even have to interact with the client at all. I just get up in the morning, see that I have a new booking for a setup call, and check my Stripe and check and see who the person is and what kind of information they gave me, and we have something on the calendar together. The other thing that I like to use this for is my workshops. So I have a workshops page that brings people over here where they have the option to view the different workshops that I offer. So these are online resources for people to purchase and use on their own time. So they can read more about the workshop here. Then I give them some information on different ways they can join this workshop and use it. They can purchase. And again, with this purchase, I have it set up in Stripe, which I pulled up to show you here, where after they've paid, it brings them directly back to my website, to the page where everything is embedded and ready for them to use. There are many other ways that we can use integrations and WordPress, Substack to kind of link everything together for you and make it flow really well in a coaching or services-based business. Our services are a good fit if you're a coach or a service-based business. You want a site that actually supports your work, and you don't want to have to piece everything together yourself. If your website feels disconnected from the way you actually run your business, that's exactly the kind of thing we help with. My husband and I build and support websites for coaches and service-based businesses, not just to look good, but to handle things like bookings, payments, content, and growth. You can check out the links in the description to learn more about our website design and hosting services. And if you'd like to talk through your project, you can book a call. The link is also in the description. We'd be happy to hear what you're working on and what kind of setup would work best for you.